So we've just beaten Crystal Palace 1-0, and really delighted that we've got the 3 points. I'm really pleased. We started with David De Gea obviously in goal. Valencia was at the right back, which I thought he probably would be. Obviously Luke Shaw at left back. Then it was debatable in the centre of defence. I went for Blackett and McNair, but it was Blackett and Blind. No, sorry, Blind and McNair. Now, I mean, Blind does played there before, I believe, and he does a good tidy job normally in midfield. Now we played Carrick in the midfield. Now I'm really a big fan. I've been a big fan of Carrick over the years, but obviously he's coming back from a long spell on the sidelines. So I thought he would probably play at centre half. Although I prefer playing players that are actually that's actually their main position. So Blackett is normally a centre half. So I prefer to do that rather than play another quality player in that position that's out of position. And Fellaini was obviously in there. I was annoyed that Fellaini was in there because I just do not think Fellaini is good enough. I think he is a shit player, really. I know he's had a couple of okay games lately, but he is just not Manchester United standard. Now, I don't care if people dislike this video for me saying that, but he is just not good enough. He is not the sort of player that's going to take Manchester United to the next level. And I think today's really proved that. Now, yeah, as I said, Carrick was in there. Januzaj played in there as well again. People have been critical of him in the last few games, but he's played against some top quality opposition in the last couple of games in Manchester City and Chelsea, and before that again West Brom. Now that was not an easy game for Manchester United, and he only played well, he almost played half the game against Manchester City, and he did have an early chance in this. Rooney was deep today, and Di Maria was there, and Van Persie was up front more or less sort of on his own. But I don't like the fact that Rooney was dropped deeper today. I think he's far better off further forward. I mean, he's scored a number of goals over the years through playing further forward, and we're playing at home against Crystal Palace. We should be going gung-ho for this game. We had nearly 90% of the play in this game. I think at the end of the game, there was 74% ball possession. I mean, that is incredible. As I said, Januzaj had a great chance in the first half. Shot from I don't know how far out it was distance, and it just went shy of the post. But a lot of the play was from long range shots. There was a shot in the first half that was, I think it was actually saved from Luke Shaw. Rooney had one that was way off, but it was a lot of shooting from outside the box. And you know, I really feel that today it would have been a great day to have played Ander Herrera in there. The only thing I can think of is that he was injured, or he's still not fully, well, not injured now, but he was injured, and he's not fully fit. That's the only reason I can think of him not actually starting these games. Well, he didn't even come on today, because Fellaini is just not good enough. Please, Van Gaal, sell him in January. Hopefully them okay performances the other couple of weeks have improved his price tag, and we can get sort of 10 to 12 million for him. At least recruit some of that money that fucking Moisey spent on him, because I still believe he is the worst signing that Manchester United have ever signed. I know some people might disagree, but I really do. And the fact that Moyes knew him, the club as a whole knew that Fellaini wasn't good enough, and to spend 27 million, I mean, it's not just Moyes to blame for that. The club, Ed Woodward and the Glazers should never have allowed that transfer to go ahead. And yeah, carrying on with the game, they had the best chance of the first half, although we had a lot of the ball playing that. The ball went through to Fraser Campbell. The defence just didn't deal with it at all. It was real shit at the back, and Fraser Campbell had a great chance to dink it over David De Gea, and he got it all wrong. It was really a bad miss from Fraser Campbell. He really should have done better. Should have really scored, and that would have changed the whole game. My heart was really in my mouth when when that happened, I thought, fucking hell, he was going to score. I really did. And on to the second half, they're pretty much the same. I thought. I mean, we had so much of this play in this game. I mean, we had corners, we had all sorts. I mean, Fellaini did have a chance in this game, but you expect a big tall motherfucker like that to have a chance, big lanky guy with his head. But I was just really hoping that he would get taken off. Now the first player to get taken off was Adnan Januzaj. Now I still feel that Adnan Januzaj will hopefully become an important player for Manchester United in the years to come, but it's just not happening for him really at the moment. He's putting some decent performances in the under 21s, but he's still young. We've got to be patient with him, and he did come on, and then Juan Mata broke the deadlock. Thank fuck for that. I really was getting worried that the goal wasn't going to come, and Speroni really messed this one up. They say it took a bit of a deflection, but Jesus Christ, he should be saving this shot. It wasn't a difficult shot for him to save really. And when we went 1-0 up, I thought we should hopefully control the game, and hopefully if they push a bit for the equaliser, we should pick them off on the break, or at least pick them off going forward on the counter. And it just didn't really work. They seemed to grow in a bit of confidence. I don't know, trying to push for the equaliser, and they had a lot more of the play, and I was really starting to worry that we might go and let this slide and get a 1-1 draw. Then Van Persie had the ball. He had a chance, and the ball fell to Juan Mata, and he blasted a great shot against the post, and it did fall back to Van Persie, and he did actually fuck up the shot. Now James Wilson did come on in this game. Di Maria didn't have his best of games like he hasn't lately. I think it's partly because he's playing with fucking Fellaini in there as well. It was better when Di Maria and Herrera were there. I really think it was working a lot better than this. And yeah, so he didn't really have the best of games today. You would expect a lot more from a £62 million player, but not being too critical, he has had some decent games for us so far this season. But we really should have won this game a lot more comfortable. James Wilson did show some nice touches on the ball when he come on. I'm really excited to see him in the future. He's really starting to get a lot of game time coming off the bench. It'd be better if he's coming off the bench when we're winning 2 or 3-0, but it doesn't seem to be this season. But I'm not getting too ahead of myself with James Wilson. I mean, because Adnan Januzaj hasn't so far progressed quite as well as we'd have hoped this season, but overall I feel he's getting there. Hopefully he'll be an important player for us in the future. Obviously Van Persie was again off the ball a bit today, but you know, these things happen, and I'm sure he'll come again if we get some better balls to him as well. Herrera really needs to come back into the team after the international break ahead of Marouane Fellaini. And yeah, my overall thoughts on Wayne Rooney was that he was just too deep today. He's got to be further up front really alongside Van Persie, or just slightly behind, because putting him further back, near pretty much in midfield, is just taking away too much of it. I mean, Wayne Rooney will do a great job for the team. He's a great team player, but you need to really play to Wayne Rooney's strengths, because I mean, he has got a decent goal scoring record. I mean, he's not up there with like the Cristiano Ronaldos, but you wouldn't see them dropping back deeper, or the Gareth Bales dropping back too deep. So, you know, he should really. I mean, he's played on the wing before and stuff. It's just not his game, playing in midfield in like the Paul Scholes sort of role over the years. But it's not his natural game. He should be played further forward. He is a decent goal scorer. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the win. I would have took a 1-0 win at the start of the game, even though I said before I was hoping for a sort of 3 or 4-1 victory. I said in one of my previews 2-1 I was going to go for, because I thought we probably would concede. But we didn't, thank God, with our makeshift defence. I mean, Carrick obviously had to slip back into defence today, and then we ended up with Fletcher in the defence as well in the end. So it's a complete makeshift defence. It was Fletcher and Carrick in the end at centre half, and with a winger on the other side in Valencia. So Hopefully things will get better after the international break. We'll get more players back and kick on. Hopefully beat them fucking Gooners.